All right, let's turn the clock back 72 hours. Hey, what's going on, guys? Today is opening day of bow season. All right, so just to give you a little background, I'm hunting an area where the deer are going from their bedding area to their feeding area, which is an alfalfa field. My grandpa has property that stretches north and south, so they're heading across. So basically what you do is set the different stands in the different crossing spots, and you try and cut them off when they're going from the thick timber to the alfalfa field. So nothing too crazy. Over the years, I've kind of figured out some of the areas they prefer over others. Should be a fun sit. I normally see at least 10 or 15 deer early in the season like this, and this is also a great time to get a really big buck, because it seems like when they still have their velvet, those bigger bucks will still be out with the does kind of working their way to the alfalfa field in the daylight. But as soon as they shed their velvet, it seems like they're pretty hard to find, and they go nocturnal, and they cross my grandpa's property in the dark. So now's the time to get a big one. And I've noticed in the past when I've passed up on big deer, I normally end up regretting it because they disappear. And over the years, I've had a lot of trail cameras in there and got a lot of bucks. I would say in the 130s is normally the top range. A couple years ago, there was a big basket 4, and he had kind of some hooks on his main beam, and he was super cool. I almost got him, but he ended up disappearing, never saw him again. So if you see a buck in the video that's over 120, he's a big one. He's a shooter for this area. I don't think our genetics we just don't have super good genetics to grow 180, 190 inch whitetail. I don't know, the feed should be there. I think it's just mainly the genetics. Let's shoot some arrows, get warmed up, and then we'll head over to the stand. All right, let's go grab my arrows. I don't know if you guys have had target panic while shooting a bow, but if you shoot for long enough, I feel like everyone will experience some sort of target panic. And one thing that's helped me is getting this release here. It's a thumb release, Wise Choice thumb release, and it's helped me a ton. So when you draw back, what you're gonna do is kind of let that pin float over where you want to hit, and then slowly let your hand expand, and the shot should surprise you. And if it doesn't surprise you, that means you punched it, and that's a bad habit. And over time, the more you shoot, you'll get near that dot and you'll just pull the trigger. And I've had that happen, and it's just not fun. All right, we got the gate opened up and we're heading into the property right now. I'm super happy my grandpa kept this property because it's just so much fun to have a place you can go and deer hunt. There's just almost no public land in our river bottom, so if you don't have private property, there's very few options. And if you do find public property, there's probably people on it. So this is super awesome. When the wind is good and I've sat in this stand, it's been awesome. I've seen maybe up to 20 plus deer, but if the wind's bad, can't expect much. So it's kind of just a luck thing, so we'll see if we can get some luck. All right, so we just made it down here. Saw a few deer on the way in, just a few does running through the thick brush. All right, just throwing my tree stand harness on real quick. Make sure we get the just made it into the stand, and deer are already starting to move. Looks like there's 2 spikes and a doe. And there's some other deer on the other side of the river that are looking like they're about to cross. Oh crap, the wind switched. Looks like they're still gonna come through. That's a good looking buck, but for tonight, we're gonna give him the pass. Alright, we're gonna let that one grow, especially out here on the first day. This is the same tree stand I shot my buck from last year, right by that fence line there. And yeah, this is a really good spot. Normally, I'm over there on the east side, and I'm waiting for the deer to cross the river. And last night was opening day, and they winded me, and nothing really too good came in. A few decent bucks, but nothing crazy. So we're sitting on this side of the river tonight. Let's see what we can get. Here we go. Looks like we got 2 does working our way now. Deer are starting to move right now, and as of right now, the wind is good. So let's keep our fingers crossed and hope for something big to come through tonight. Holy crap, looks like we got ourselves a cat fight. Look at them just going at it. I wonder what they're doing. Kind of seems like maybe they're fighting over territory or something. Seems like a weird thing for does to do. Alright, well, the first punch has been thrown tonight. Pretty entertaining stuff right there. up and see if we can't get some good video. There looks like there's a big one in the back. Yeah, that buck in the back is definitely a shooter. He still has a ways to come, but if he comes in, I'm definitely gonna take him. Symmetrical he is. Just a dandy 4x4. I would guess he's probably mid 120s, maybe 130. He's the dominant buck for sure. I better grab my bow. Smoked him. Holy crap. Let's go, baby. I just smoked that buck. He's down right under that tree. I can't believe those 4 bucks came in on a string. I finally switched it up and sat on this side of the river because normally the wind's blowing across, which it is right now. And they smell me, and I switched it up tonight, and it worked. I can't freaking believe it. Let's go. I got it all on video. It's freaking epic, dude. Let's go. Yeah, he's a solid 4x4. He's like probably a 4.5-year-old. I was like, oh yeah, definitely shooting her. I was just going. He's literally down in sight under the first tree that he came and he fed under that lone bush, and then they literally came in to 20 yards, and I freaking smoked him. I'm gonna go check him out, but I think he's still in velvet. But dude, the video is insane. Oh my god, literally right under me. True. I'm shaking. Okay, sounds good. So yeah, that was as good as it gets right there. 4 bucks came right in. I would say he was probably about 20 yards. I didn't range it. I just took a guess and I just freaking pinwheeled him. I couldn't be happier. And I also love when they go down in sight. I think I got it on video. You guys will have to check it out, but it's as good as it gets right there for me. So pretty smoky today, but we'll take it. Alright, so I just got down off the tree stand. That was as good as it gets right there. I can't believe it. I still can't believe it. Yeah, I got up in the stand around 5:30 or 6, and I'd only been sitting there about an hour, and I had all sorts of deer coming in. Those deer were probably like the 5th or 6th deer that came by. Let's go check them out. That was freaking sick. Holy crap. I've shot quite a few river bottom bucks, but I have never shot one in velvet. Only a Sitka blacktail one time in Alaska. But this is my first velvet whitetail buck. And I got him on film. Solo filming is not easy. And we're just going up to the bush right now. I don't think he's gonna be alive. It looked like I smoked him when I rewatched the video, so that was just freaking badass. All right, we're just getting up on the buck now. Oh, he looks like a dandy. Let's go. Oh my gosh, his velvet is freaking pristine. Look at that buck. That's a sweet looking buck. Let's go. That was freaking awesome. That was an awesome hunt. Holy crap. All right, there he is. That's my 2022 archery whitetail in velvet. Pretty freaking awesome. Pretty stoked about it. I love that frontal shot. I shot him just on the left side of his shoulder, so on the front of his shoulder, that gets right into all of his organs and all the crazy stuff. And if you look at it right there, this arrow buried all the way to his fletchings. So if it buried all the way to the fletchings, look at how deep that went. That arrow was through almost this entire deer. That's why you saw in the video that he expired in 10 seconds at a backflip over this tree right here, and it was over shortly, but ran out of elk and deer meat in the freezer, so this guy's gonna be freaking delicious. Whew. So happy. Second day of archery season, and I got this buck, so I'm as happy as can be. He's one of the top bucks in here. I just checked my trail camera, and there was a few good ones. There was a really wide one that I was gonna call Mr. Wide. Another one that had a cool curve, and he was kind of Mr. Curve. And then this one also showed up on my trail cam in the timber, and I was like, he's just perfectly symmetrical. Just a beautiful looking deer, as you can see. All right, now the work begins. Time to drag this guy out of here. Thinking about just cutting him up and getting her done, but here we go. Time to drag him out. I gotta put the camera down. Alright, now for the cooking portion of the video. So all you're going to put on the vegetables is avocado oil and salt. Tonight we're making mac and cheese, roasted vegetables, and whitetail backstrap. One of my favorites. Alright, and on the mac and cheese you're going to add a little bit of milk, lots of butter, and the little cheese packet. Alright, so this is the end of the backstrap down towards the tail. One of my favorite pieces. Add your Montreal steak seasoning and a little bit of salt. Turn your burner on high and put your cast iron pan on there. Once it gets pretty hot, you can add your butter And then once the butter starts to slightly burn a little bit and smoke, you can add your steak. And I would do 2 minutes on each side. I like to add a little bit of butter on the top just because you can't have too much butter. Once you sear the steaks, I like to put the lid on and turn it on low for 10 to 15 minutes depending on how thick the steak is. And then you can also add raw garlic, which I really like. I don't have any right now, so we're going without. Garlic needs to be cooked on low, so don't put the garlic in until you turn the pan on low. Pull the steak out and you can cut a piece off, and it should look like this, pretty rare. I think the best way to eat wild game is definitely on the rare side. So you want to see a lot of red, a lot of pink in there. Alright, and there it is. Mac and cheese, roasted vegetables, and whitetail steak. Oh, Copper. Gotta give him a piece. Alright, I hope you guys liked the video. This is a little slower pace than most of my other videos. If any of you guys have a better way or a different way that you guys like to cook deer meat, leave it down in the comments and let me know and I'll give it a try. Here in a few weeks I'm heading out to go antelope hunting. I drew a rifle antelope tag, so that'll be my next video. If you liked the video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. I hope you guys follow along, keep crushing it, and have a great day.